Understanding the complexities of human behavior has always fascinated us. The ability to decipher the motivations, intentions, and underlying patterns in people's actions can provide valuable insights into their character and help us navigate various social and professional interactions more effectively. Johan Liebert, a fictional character, embodies a profound sense of mystery, manipulation, and psychological depth. He is a master of understanding human behavior and human psyche. Here are steps which would help you completely understand human behavior as Johan. First step, observing behavior and body language. To gain a better understanding of someone like Johan Liebert, it is critical to pay close attention to their behavior and decipher the information conveyed by nonverbal cues, tone of voice, and patterns in their behaviors. We can gain vital insights into their emotions, objectives, and consistent behavioral patterns by doing so. Pay close attention to nonverbal cues. Examine their facial expressions, particularly micro-expressions that can reveal fleeting emotions. Examine their body posture to see if they are open and calm or closed up and stiff. Be on the lookout for gestures and motions that indicate their level of confidence, uneasiness, or engagement. Analyze the person's tone of voice, speech patterns, and choice of words. Listen to their tone of voice, noting fluctuations, pauses, or any indications of underlying emotions. Analyze their choice of words, looking for recurring themes, preferences, or linguistic patterns that may provide insights into their thoughts and beliefs. Pay attention to their speech patterns, which might indicate parts of their personality and communication style, such as speed, volume, and rhythm. Note any consistent patterns in their behavior. Analyze the person's behavior in a variety of circumstances, including public and private ones. Examine their interactions with others, their level of involvement, and the roles they play in various contexts for patterns. Identify any repeating behaviors or habits that reveal preferences, values, or underlying intentions. Second step, exploring cognitive and emotional factors. Evaluate the person's intelligence, creativity, and problem-solving abilities. Examine their cognitive abilities, such as logical reasoning, critical thinking, and analytical abilities. Analyze their innovative problem-solving ways and creative thinking. Consider their adaptability and capacity to negotiate difficult or complex situations. Analyze their emotional intelligence and ability to empathize with others. Examine their self-awareness and knowledge of their own emotions and motivations. Examine their ability to recognize and empathize with others' emotions. Examine their abilities to control their emotions and effectively handle interpersonal connections. Consider any cognitive biases or irrational beliefs that may influence their behavior. Identify any cognitive biases that may impair their decision-making process, such as confirmation bias, overconfidence, or anchoring. Examine any unreasonable beliefs or twisted thinking processes that may be influencing their behavior. Assess their openness to new ideas, willingness to explore various points of view, and ability to change their beliefs in response to new information. Step 3. Assessing morality and ethics. Examine the person's moral compass and ethical values. Examine their attitudes on right and wrong, fairness, and justice. Examine their devotion to moral ideals and the consistency with which they apply them. Look for signs of empathy, compassion, and concern for the rights and well-being of others. Analyze their behavior in relation to societal norms and legal boundaries. Examine how well they adhere to societal norms, standards, and expectations. Consider their devotion to laws and regulations, as well as their respect for legal boundaries. Examine any occasions in which they defy or violate social norms or participate in illegal behavior. Analyze any instances where they challenge or violate societal norms or engage in illegal activities. Examine their behavior for indicators of manipulation, such as lying, gaslighting, or exploiting weaknesses. Examine their treatment of others, particularly whether they show empathy, respect, and concern for the well-being of others. Look for situations where they prioritize their own goals or desires over the rights or pleasure of others. Step 4. Analyzing interactions and relationships. Observe the person's interactions with various individuals. Take note of how they interact with family members, noting any dynamics, levels of affection, or conflicts that may emerge. Examine their interactions with friends and colleagues, paying attention to how they communicate, cooperate, and assert authority. Take note of any patterns or preferences in their behavior as they interact with strangers or others outside their own social group. Identify the dynamics and power relationships within their relationships. Analyze the roles they assume in different relationships. Are they dominant, submissive, or adaptive? Examine how they handle disagreements or confrontations, noting their aggressiveness, negotiation skills, or tendencies to manipulate. Consider the influence they hold within their relationships and how they exercise power. or control over others. Analyze the person's ability to manipulate and influence others. Observe whether the person displays manipulative behaviors such as gaslighting, guilt-tripping, or exploiting vulnerabilities. Note their ability to persuade or convince others to act in a particular way, examining the techniques they employ. Step 5. Examining motivations and goals. Investigate the person's aspirations, goals, and ambitions. Examine their long-term aims and goals, taking into account their personal and professional desires. Examine their reasons for seeking particular goals, such as power, recognition, or personal fulfillment. Examine any underlying desires or needs that may be motivating their goals. Look for patterns in their behavior that suggest underlying motivations. Observe recurring themes or consistent patterns in their actions, choices, and relationships. Determine whether there are any special triggers or incentives that influence their decision-making process. Consider how their behaviors align with their stated goals or aspirations. Analyze the person's decision-making process and their willingness to take risks. Analyze their decision-making process to see if they rely on logic, intuition, or impulse. Determine their risk tolerance and readiness to take calculated or impulsive risks. Analyze the potential rewards and consequences they anticipate when making decisions. Thank you for joining us on this thought-provoking journey of understanding human behavior like Johan Liebert. To continue uncovering fascinating insights and gaining a deeper understanding of human nature, make sure to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll stay connected with our latest videos, delving into diverse topics that broaden your perspective. Thanks for watching. Until next time.